What's up, y'all? I am your girl Candy, and to my left, I really have a man who the streets have been talking about, okay? Everybody's been looking for him, and I found him. Everybody. I have one of my close friends, Todd Chrisley.
Thank you so much for having me.
And he's about to speak on it. Do you speak on it?
I'm going to speak on it.
Well, first of all, let me just say, you and I were having a lot of conversation earlier, and some of those things we're probably going to touch back on a little bit. But, you know, first, let me just start off with, I feel like a lot of people know you from the show, and they've been hearing a lot that's going on in your life, but I want to go to the beginning.
Okay.
I want to know, before the headlines, before the TV show, how did you get rich?
It was real estate. I've made my money in real estate. I've made more money in real estate than I've ever made in television.
Got it.
You're in television. You know how the payments come and go and whatever, but real estate was something that was always tried and true. I owned 2 large companies. One I sold, and that is where a lot of the money came from. And then I turned around and built another company in Los Angeles that did the same thing. Ooh. And so that company did very well. So it was real estate.
Oh, okay. That's good for the people who've been wanting to know.
That, exactly.
Okay, so then I want to go back to before the show. How did you and Julie meet?
Julie worked as a teller in the bank of one of my best friend's family that owned that bank. And I went in on a Wednesday to make a deposit, a real deposit. And she had on a yellow dress, and I thought that she was the most beautiful thing I'd ever laid my eyes on. Oh. And so I kept going back after that. I'd always go in on like Wednesday to do my banking. And finally she said, Bill, my friend whose family owned the bank, he had told her that I had the hots for her. And so finally she just said, are you ever going to ask me out? Okay. And I said, well, would you go? And she said, well, you would have to ask me to know. And I said, well, would you like to go to lunch? And she goes, well, I only work a half a day on today. She says, I mean, we could go after I get off work. And so we ended up going to Applebee's, of all places. And we got there, I think it was about 3:00, and we didn't leave until 9-something. And from that date on, she and I have been together ever since.
How many years has that been?
Almost 30.
Almost 30 years?
Almost 30 years.
How old are you?
57. 57.
I see. I thought you were younger.
Well, I'll go with that.
Yeah, I thought you were younger.
One more reason why I love this woman. If I was not married to Julie, I would be married to Candy.
Okay. I do have to ask, so you already had 2 children when you met her, right?
Yes. I say that was my first stint in prison.
With
my first wife. That's when I did.
How long did that
That's
stint
when
last?
I did real hard time. 6 years.
6 years. So you were young when you married the first time.
I was 21 when I had my first child, and then 22 when I had my second.
Okay, what went wrong?
It was. I mean, I would have never been married, but we were both from a small town. It was one of those Friday nights, and something happened, and then I find out about 8 weeks later that she's pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And so my mother, Nanny Faye, forced me into that marriage and said that you made your bed hard, you will lay in it. And that you will not bring our grandchild into this world and not be married.
Got it. So did you have money then?
No. I mean, I grew up in a very small rural country town. My parents were textile workers. I didn't have money, but I had huge dreams.
So you got it out the mud, as we like to say.
I got it out of the mud, yes. Yes.
You know, it's kind of funny when, if people may or may not they probably know that, but to me, I laugh sometimes when you know all the current slang. Like when we talking, you'll say something, I'm like, no, he knows.
Well, I think because I have such a diverse group of friends. And that's why I think that our country is a wonderful place, because we have such diversity. And we learn from every culture that we're friends with. And I have people like you that keep me current on certain things. And so I'm grateful for that.
Yes, I'm grateful for it too. So we got to touch on that, on this friendship of ours. Like I said, we talked about it a little bit before. But for these people right here that are watching right now, I had to say, like, people don't understand our friendship or our relationship, right? People don't understand that we've been cool for a very, very long time. So Todd and I, we've been friends since 2014. That was when we first met. And we basically kept in touch and still been cool over the years. You've come to some of my shows, and, you know, we always DM each other and even got
Text,
jokes.
DM.
Yeah, like, you know how everybody have their own little group of friends that they go back and forth? That's us. People, for whatever reason, really had a problem with me being happy that you got aparted.
You know, I saw that, and my heart broke, because I never want to put you in a position where you have to defend me. But you did, and for that I'm grateful. I don't know that people were as much against you cheering and celebrating for us as they were against the person who made it happen.
And that is true. And I think what people have to understand is our friendship is bigger than a political stance.
Absolutely.
Or affiliation. It's bigger than any race situation. Because I didn't understand. Like, at first I was like, well, what? You know, they was trying to change my political views and everything. I'm like, this is my friend. Like, I really was upset when you first even had to go to jail.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, people may not know, like, I wrote letters to the judge for you.
Yes.
And I don't think people wouldn't know, because, you know, when you have a friendship with somebody, you don't have to post everything.
That's right.
You don't have to post everything. People don't, it's not for everyone to understand, right? And I genuinely care about you, care about your family. I think you are cool as fuck, okay? And, you know, I ride for my friends.
That's right.
And that is what it is.
And I think that anyone that knows you, that truly knows you for who you are and knows your heart, knows that. And I give thanks to God every day of my life for so many things. But I give thanks for you. I give thanks for who you are and for what you represent and what I've learned from our friendship. And from, when I say learn, I don't have to be talking to you every day to learn something from you.
Right.
I can still pull back from 2014 forward of lessons that I've learned from you by the way you've handled certain situations in your life.
Yeah.
And when you have someone in your life that makes you stronger because of the weaker things that they've had in their life, that's a blessing.
Meet Todd Chrisley.
We grew up in a very small rural town.
Chloe, are you eyeing these marshmallows, girl?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people know you from the show, and they've been hearing a lot that's going on in your life.
Well, you know what? I don't have to listen to this all the time.
What the hell happened to your foot? You get off of my property.
Either you write me a check, or I'm going to take it out of your
What is he here for? Bitch, you ain't gonna take nothing out of my ass. I can assure you of that.
People have called you a queen.
People have said queen or king, but either one has a check attached to it. For me to finally be accused of being with a man, it would be someone that looked like Mark Braddock.
Oh.
Todd Chrisley slamming the claim he's gay and had an affair.
But I was
Reality TV couple Todd and Julie Chrisley facing 30 years in prison.
But we don't have to agree. If I don't like it, that's all that matters.
I want to go to the beginning.
Okay.
I want to know, before the headlines, before the TV show, how did you get rich?
I love my businesses, but I place nothing above my wife and my children.
What's the most money you've ever made in a year?
There have been reports of you having said, just fix it.
Prosecutors say Todd and Julie took out $30 million in fraudulent bank loans.
We find out from this girl that Kyle was dating. She called us and told us that Lindsay was working with Josh Waits, who worked for the Georgia Department of Revenue. I'm looking at this as me exposing the truth.
The couple is devastated and disappointed with the verdict and will be pursuing an appeal.
What scared you the most? What was your thought? What thought scared you the most?
Being away from her and our children.
What, if anything, do you think you did wrong?
I trusted the wrong person.
Not having my parents around almost felt like a death.
But I just never had fear of prison because I just felt like God was going to protect me wherever I was.
Never forget him opening the door and just watching him walk away.
After serving 2.5 years behind bars, President Trump pardoned both Todd and Julie in May.
How's it going? How does it feel?
It's been a month since Todd and Julie Chrisley walked out of federal prison.
How are you guys?
You also congratulated the Chrisleys when they got out of prison, Todd especially. Will you do anything with them? Will you reach out?
Oh, I did talk to him.
People, for whatever reason, really had a problem with me being happy that you got departed.
It was overwhelming.
You know, I missed birthdays and holidays and graduations and things I can never get back.
You know, I try not to even say what's next because I never knew prison was coming.
They've already got all the offers rolling in.
And this time, they're not holding anything back.
I mean, if your blood will screw you over, then a stranger definitely will.
Can you believe it?
I have nothing to hide.
We can tell this story today, and then we can be done with this part of our life.